Care to share where you were born?
Macon, Georgia.
And care to share where you were raised?
East Macon, Georgia.
Does it get any more specific than that?
Nah.
Still reside in that area today?
No, I'm in Atlanta.
And what age were you when you moved out of Macon? East Macon, specifically.
I moved out of E-Macon. I was like 18. But now I started going to the A when I was like 16. I had some little situation with some little peoples. They had me in the city, moved around. I was hot. And when I first popped, 16, 17, had a little wave for sure, move around.
And what drove you to make that final decision to permanently reside in Atlanta?
Shit, and they kept got little stupid shit in Macon. Nigga trying to got down, you know what I'm saying? Make some shit out of nothing. You can't make some shit out of nothing down there, you're gonna be trapped. It like crowds in the bucket, really.
And when it comes to East Macon specifically,
Yeah.
You were born in Macon, but you were raised in East Macon. Was that from the time you were born to 18, or was it a more specific age range that you were actually in East Macon for?
I don't even know what the hell I was at when I was a baby. I don't remember none of that shit, but the shit I remember for sure, E-Macon, like when a nigga first started, you know what I'm saying? Really learn how to do shit, E-Macon.
For those in the audience that aren't familiar with Macon, Georgia, but they are familiar with Atlanta, Georgia, How far of a distance is that driving from?
Like an hour.
And what was that really like, growing up in East Macon for you?
Shit, I don't know. Just like everywhere. Well, everywhere with trenches. The trench. Really.
What's your definition of the trenches?
Shit.
There are people in the audience that have heard that phrase but may not know exactly what that means. Are you able to define that? And if not, that's okay also.
That's a good question though. I don't know. I just been in it. I just know, you know what I'm saying? I've been in this shit my whole life. Type shit.
How were you able to survive that upbringing?
Really? Like, you gotta listen to Big Brother. Like, they gonna tell you the right way because they done been through this shit before. Like, you probably think you know everything. Like, you don't because you ain't never been through this shit. You don't know how this shit gonna play out. Like, you can say what you gonna do when it's time to do it, but if you listen, you know what I'm saying? If you listen, you will know what to do when that time come for you to do it type shit.
Would you say that was your key to survival?
Yeah. Yeah, my uncle them used to put me on the port every time you get caught up in some dumb shit. Come talk to us and shit. Like, tell her how to play this shit out. Shit go left, shit go right. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever way we want to do it. But he just telling her how this shit gonna go. Because he done did this shit before.
Was this an uncle on your mother's side of the family or father's side of the family that you're referencing here?
My mom.
And you mentioned the phrase big brother.
Yeah.
Did you mean an actual biological brother or
Yeah,
just
nah.
using the phrase big brother?
Like, big brother, like, nigga who done did some big brother shit type shit. Like, you know, my big brothers ain't none of my real big brother. Them niggas don't stay in Macon. Them niggas stay out of town. But it like I got big brother around the neighborhood, big brother who, you know what I'm saying, locked in with me.
Now, there are some people who say things like, don't know if I'll make it to see the age of 18 or 21, maybe 25.
For sure.
Did you have any of these thoughts yourself?
Hell no, I don't think like that. I know I'm make it see, you know what I'm saying? But it like, I ain't gonna lie though, I had got us a little trouble. I was about 16. Police told me I wasn't gonna make it to see 18. Gonna hit her. And I'm lit though. Like, I wasn't even lit. Like, a nigga lit. Like, yeah. All that shit.
A police officer told you this.
Hell yeah.
What was your reaction to that officer's comment at that time?
I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was funny, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause the situation, cause nigga went, you know what I'm saying? Fold under pressure. But he like, how you going? You ain't gonna make it. Shit, I'm lit. Like, made it that far. I'm 20. I was 16. Shot to I want to be 18. I'm lit though.
And speaking of your age, care to share your birthday? Just the month and the day.
March 12th, Pisces shit.
Now, what do you make of that outcome now that you are on the other side of that equation of 18?
Shit, gotta go up, gotta make somebody nothing. I ain't think I'd get here. I don't think nobody thought I'd get this far though. Like, niggas been hating shit in high school and shit. Like, been had a lot of haters. I don't think they think I'd get this far though. I don't get no fuck though. I'm still gonna pop, make them mad. Shit, they mad, I must be doing some shit right.
Knowing what you know now, on the other side of that coin, hypothetically speaking, what would you have said to your younger self back then? If you had a chance to talk to yourself, is there something you would say? You're 20
No,
now. What would
'cause
you have
it's
said to
like-
that 16-year-old you?
I don't know. That shit, I ain't gonna lie, see, I feel like when I was 16, I wasn't taking my shit serious, but I popped. So it like, I don't know if I had the right situation back then, like I got now. But shit, I can't even say that though, cause like shit, God time. So nigga ain't really tripping. But the nigga still lit back then. So I wouldn't even know what to say, cause what I went through back then made me man I am today. And what I'm going through now still gonna make me, you know what I'm saying? It made me me.
You mentioned God.
Yeah.
Do you follow a religion by any chance?
Christian.
And when it comes to Christianity, does it get any more specific than that? Like a particular branch?
Nah.
And why Christianity for you?
I don't like growing up, like my grandma, don't they put it in our head, like we ain't know nothing else. Like, it just go to church on Sunday with her. We don't know nothing else. So like, that's what you gotta be. But I'm grown now, I can do whatever I want. But it's just like, for me to go to another religion, I had to understand the shit more, like really understand it. For sure.
And this grandmother you're referencing here, on the mother's side of your family or
All
father's?
I got 4 grandma.
Care to explain?
My mama, my mama, my dad, her mama, my dad, mama. Yeah. No, cut that out. Yeah. No, I got more than that now.
So you got 2 great-grandmothers and 2 grandmothers.
Yeah.
One on each side of the family.
And then I got a grandma that married to my granddad. So.
Anything else you want to mention about your religion or question you weren't asked, people want to know about it?
Nah.